RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning. RBB, a live morning talk show that gives you the ability to get the coach you need, strategist you wish you could afford, social media manager and strategist, marketing strategist, project manager, certified OBM, VA, business startup strategist, profit strategist, web strategist, email funnel strategist, sales page strategist, PR strategist, time management, mindset, and overall business development strategist. We answer it all. With over 25 years of business experience, both in corporate and small business worlds, we really can answer it all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sandra. And I hope everybody else remembers to join us over here. I'm actually going to invite a few people. We want to talk about Facebook today. Today is a good day to really talk about Facebook and why it's your phone book entry. So I know that you guys have heard me talk about this so many times. Everybody else remembers to join us. That was you. I'm like, what did I hit? I thought it was me. Oh, okay. So we're going to talk about why Facebook is so important to your business. Everybody says, well, I don't get a whole lot of leads off of Facebook, or I don't get any leads off of Facebook, and I don't want Facebook, and I don't need it. And so I'm not going to bother. There's a lot of people that are doing that now. And my big thing as a social media strategist is no. Keep your Facebook. Your Facebook is very important. Always have something there. And we've talked about the strategy of Facebook being you need to daily post. Period. Have everyday post, because that makes the Facebook gods happy.
Yes.
So,
makes Mark happy.
Mm-hmm. You want to keep the Facebook gods happy. So hot. And in order to do that, you have to have daily posting. It doesn't have to be in any certain schedule. I'm telling you right now, Facebook is not as picky as Instagram is about that stuff. I mean, you should be consistent. Again, consistency. But Facebook is so important because Facebook is Googleable.
So I have a question that people would most likely be asking. So Facebook has a native scheduler on their pages. Does that hurt anything using the scheduler so that you can be consistent, or should you be doing it organically?
Their scheduler does not hurt you. Actually, recently, they've gone back to allowing people to use anything. They did have a while where they only wanted people using their own scheduler and not any third party or anything. A bunch of us social media managers have been talking about the fact that we're not seeing any difference now, whether you use something natively or are using like Buffer or Social Pilot or Meet Edgar or whatever. So that's good news for all of us that manage a lot of accounts.
So there you go. There you go, people. There's your answer.
Yeah. But you need to be posting. And a couple big things that you need to stop doing is stop putting links outside of Facebook to your website. Stop putting links to your store. Stop putting in every post. I looked at an account a couple weeks ago. I audited an account. Maybe it was last week. I don't remember. Where she was, this person sold one thing. And every post on her Facebook page was for that one thing and pointing to her landing page for it. That was it. There was no information about it. There was no sales pitch. There was nothing. Just go buy my book. Go buy my book. Go buy my book. Go buy my book.
Buy my thing. Buy my thing. Buy my thing.
Nobody cares. And why should I care? You have to tell me why I should care. You have to tell me what it's about. You have to tell me what it is, how much it is. But when it comes to the Facebook algorithms, pointing to an outside website constantly is bad. Your story and your about on your Facebook page should have a link to your website or to whatever it is. I changed that link out for whatever special thing is going on. I have not changed ours yet. I need to remember to change ours. But I change ours out often. If I'm pointing to a landing page, pointing to a sale, pointing to whatever, you change that link. In Instagram, I'm changing that bugger like once a week. But on Facebook, change it often. Your story is where those links should go. It should not be going on your feed. Now, every once in a while to have a link outside on your feed is fine.
So if you think about it, you guys, like if you're using social media as a form of your marketing and there's a place where people can easily click a link, why would you not do it? Like, people are updated. Again, we'll bring it back to always the real world metaphor. In 3D land, would you not be changing your information out, or like your signs out at your store, or the sign outside of your store? Would you not be changing that out every single time, like you had something new going on, for the traffic that's driving by to be able to see, so they will come in and buy something from you?
People do notice changes.
They do. People do notice it. And, it's the same concept. Truth be told, I think that everybody in the digital space would be much better off if they still thought of their digital business as a 3D business. Like, it's really no different, other than there are just some logistical changes. Like, that's really—
I don't have to worry about going to a printer and printing flyers anymore. I don't have to worry about being at the billboard company anymore, talking about the big billboard, all of that.
Don't worry about going door to door and knocking. Like,
I've been doing marketing for 20 something years. And my skill set, believe it or not, is better than most that have newer degrees or newer skill sets that come into marketing, because I refer back to what I learned in college so many times.
Traditional marketing
is still very much at play here. My venue for doing it has changed, but the actual skill set is very much the same, and they aren't teaching that anymore.
No, and I think that's so sad, because business is business. You're going to market, but if you would look at your business and treat your digital business like you would if you had a brick and mortar store, and I've actually been saying this since I really stepped into this space 2 years ago now. If you would look at it and treat it like you would a brick and mortar, you would see a lot more success than you would if you are opening the doors to it. Like, you put up your website and then you're expecting to have a client that day. It doesn't work that way. Most new stores, it takes a minute. It's not going to be, there's nothing instantaneous about any of this. Just because it's the internet doesn't mean that you've now instant downloaded a business.
Yeah. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes a good strategy, a really good strategy for marketing anything. I don't care what you're marketing. It takes a good strategy. There was somebody that I saw in a Facebook group this morning. Again, I should write these things down. Who wants to rebrand her name, wants to rename her business and rebrand everything. And she's hoping to do it next week. And my questions were, whoa, hold your horses.
Yeah.
Have you done any work up to that? Well, no, I just decided to change it yesterday. You can't go right ahead and do that. Well, do you have an established business now? Yes. Definitely don't do that. That's a huge, if you're not established and you're not really getting a whole lot of traffic yet, now that's the time to change things, because nobody notices. Nobody knows. Nobody knows you. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody recognizes your brand. So you can change it as much as you want until you're happy with it. But once you get a little more,
even if you're getting like 100 hits a week, which isn't much, that's nothing.
Yes, Sandra, you do need to be flexible. That is very true.
Yeah, very, very flexible in everything, always, because everything changes. What I could be telling you today may change tomorrow. I don't know. I can't tell you.
Can you hear Shiner?
Yes, I can. It's funny. He's snoring. So make sure that you plan those changes out. So this woman is very well established. She's getting 5,000 to 10,000 hits a month on her website. She does that. She's going to lose all of her SEO. She's going to lose her Google ranking. She's going to lose everything. And her social media is going to be all discombobulated. Nobody's going to know where to go. And nobody's going to recognize her anymore, because people that followed her under that name won't recognize a change. And they're going to stop liking and commenting on pictures, or even noticing changes on Facebook. You do that on Facebook and change your name, even though you don't lose your followers, you lose them seeing your feed. So it is a very big deal and has to be done very strategically. And she's like, well, how would you do it? And I said, in a good business world, you would hire a marketing strategist to come in and audit where you are now. Give you a roadmap that's 6 months or more before you change your name. And it's a very strategic roadmap to changing a name. Then I would hire a social media strategist to follow that roadmap, because you shouldn't be the one, because it's a very careful roadmap. And then you need to hire an SEO optimization expert to slowly make those changes to your website. You can't have a whole website redesign with all new SEO and everything under the new name and just have it pop up, because you lose everything.
Yeah, anytime you see a major company roll out a rebrand, it's been in the works behind the scenes for months.
Well, I went through a major rebrand. Digital Equipment Corporation got bought out by Compaq. Compaq 6 months later got bought out by HP. That switch from Compaq to HP and it all being one company took 6 years.
Yeah, or like just yesterday, Wave announced that H&R Block bought them.
Mm-hmm.
They've acquired them, so now it's an acquisition. So now they were telling us that the acquisition happened and that we're going to be seeing changes
over the next couple of years,
rolling out over time. Yes, so like it takes time, and what I find the most it's frustrating for me, and it's frustrating for me because I feel bad for the people that are listening to this or that are doing this. Like the frustrating thing for me is that people treat their digital business like a game. They don't take it, they take it seriously, but they don't take it seriously, like to the point of that they're running it through the filter of they're running a corporation that is pulling in millions of dollars in revenue, and they're in a high rise on Fifth Avenue in New York. You know, like, and that's the filter you should be running it through. Is if you had a company like that, it's just the building is invisible.
Unfortunately, most women, and I can say this with a broad brushstroke because I've worked both in the men's world, I've worked in the women's world long enough now, and I've worked through some of the women making these changes and men making these changes. There are very different attitudes when it comes to the different sexes. And part of that is how we're raised. A girl is never encouraged to be daring on the playground. A girl is never encouraged to be dirty and, well, he picked on you, beat him. You tell your little boys to stick up for themselves.
Girls should be quiet and just
pretty
and you know, just be coy and fight back, and like, and that's how you fight back, is just prove him wrong. Or, you know, my personal favorite is, well, just go marry some money.
I'm not from the South, so I'm not from the South. That's not something that we tell our girls up here, but there are very few women who have that standpoint of being very strong and making very strong decisions in their business and making smart business decisions. And something I have seen, and the only way I can compare this to is there are so many women that have started their now more standardized businesses. They started in the MLM field.
Mm-hmm.
I lose hair on my face and it's driving me crazy.
I am happy to see that women are now branching out away from,
but they're still treating their businesses like an MLM.
So that just is less that, like, I think that
we have not lost the Facebook topic. So I am bringing this all back. Believe
we're bringing it all back. Trust me. No, but I was going to say, I feel like that women, the education on starting a business isn't necessarily there, because when a woman says that she wants to start a business, people like look at her and go, that's cute.
Aw, isn't that sweet? Is your husband still going to support you?
Yeah. What's your husband going to do?
Oh, that's cool. You could do that. So your husband, and you could just rely on your husband. I mean, I have physically heard that more than once. So something I see is a lot of women still treat their businesses like an MLM. And when they are treating how they post, where they post, all of those things, they're treating it not like a real business or a hobby business is what most, and I paint this with a broad brushstroke. Not everybody is like this, because I know Latoya, Nakia, Faith, Gina and I, obviously, Sandra is learning to treat things as an actual business and not as an extension of your personal life. And that's a very important thing to do. And your Facebook business page has to reflect that. But we come back to the cohesiveness, being consistent across everything. Facebook is that phone book entry to make you look like an actual business. Don't rebrand your website and not rebrand your Facebook. Everything has to match. And people don't do that. They leave
That's where your reviews come. Like Danielle said, it can be it's Googleable. Like, think about it. Like I look at Facebook and Yelp to me on this are kind of like neck and neck as far as like they're wanting reviews, you know, and people to post coupons, you know, and things like that. Like it's like you said, like a digital phone book. There, I see, you know, I see a lot of that. I see that comparison. So would you post like what you're posting on your Facebook page? Would you go to Yelp and do that? No, you wouldn't. So don't treat Facebook any different, because your Facebook page, when somebody like Googles your business, is going to be the first thing that one of the first things that pops up.
Facebook will actually, in some cases, especially for a small business, will come up before your website.
Yeah.
So it is the first thing people see when they're searching for you a lot of times if they're searching on Google. A lot of people will go directly to Facebook and search in there too. So, but again, then your Facebook is being directly searched for. So your Facebook, you need to make sure that branding that I was talking about a couple of minutes ago, that treating it like a business is such a big deal. A lot of people just throw crap at their business page because they know it's not going to bring them leads. No, it's not.
Actually,
directly.
People will message you there. Your leads will come there because people are more likely now to send you a message to your Facebook business page asking you a question than they are to send an email to your customer service email. So let that sink in for a minute. But also, Danielle and I want to point out, like, this again has to be done over time and done well. You don't want to rush just throwing something together just for the sake of throwing it together and having it there too, because that will give people an impression of your company. You can very easily put an under construction thing on your page and pin it. So when people are scrolling down, that'll be one of the first things they see. So you're acknowledging that it's a mess and it's a work in progress, but you're working on it and people can expect to see it get better over time.
Exactly. If your website is under construction, most people send people to their Facebook page. Well, your Facebook page better be the first 50 posts, and yes, down that far on your Facebook page, better be in shape and ready for people to be using that as your website while you're in website transition. People had better be easily able to get a hold of you. Your email, your phone number. Yes, you can have all of that as part of your Facebook page so people can contact you. Not everybody wants their phone number there. We are an agency. We have our phone number on our Facebook page. That is fine. We're not using our personal cell phone. But there are things that you could do that are free. If you want to have that level of looking like a larger business, get a Google Voice number. And Google Voice is free and it just connects to your cell, but it's its own unique number.
Yeah. So people aren't
calling your cell phone.
Don't have your personal cell phone number. We use Grasshopper because it also allows for voicemail and texting, which is amazing. So it's essentially your whole office phone is in an app. We have extensions, so people could call and put in an extension and they can go directly to Danielle, or they could go directly to me, or they could go directly to Allison. And that's really cool to have. But it's not a must have, but there were so many of us, it was necessary.
Yeah, Gina and I didn't want to be we were confusing clients by each having a different number on our emails and things like that. So we needed to go to a unified number. But things like that are not hard to do by just filling out your Facebook profile all the way. And your about, you can put a graphic in there. You can put your about you, or at least a brief description. I suggest that you put your elevator pitch in the about you area. Don't put a whole novel. So that somebody can see and learn about you very quickly on Facebook, because nobody's going to read a whole novel. So just don't. But it's really important to have all of those elements set up, because again, Facebook is your phone book entry. Your branding affects your Facebook. Your website affects your Facebook, your Instagram. Everything should be, again, consistent. consistently posting. What you're posting should be consistent. People are starting to ask about using stories on Facebook. Facebook is trying to treat that more like Instagram. It probably is a good idea to start using them a bit more often. I'm terrible at it. I'm also terrible at stories on Instagram. So
well, let's ask this, because you can pass through your Instagram story to your Facebook story. Does that affect anything? Because somebody's going to ask you.
Yes, don't do that. Don't ever do pass through from Instagram to Facebook. They're two different platforms.
You can save, just so you guys know, you can have your Instagram settings set to where it will automatically save your story to your phone, and you could just go right around and then just post it on your Facebook story natively, and with very few button clicks. So yes. Just so you know.
I copy and paste everything. Like, I have a lot of clients that just want the same content in both places. Copy and paste it and move it over. Not difficult, people. You don't have to, it's not some big mystery, but don't do pass through from Instagram to Facebook. Oh my gosh, please don't do that. I've said that 900,000 times recently to people, just stop doing that. But making sure that you're really on top of your profile, changing that picture in your profile. Not your profile picture, because your profile picture should be as a small business. Your profile picture should be you. Again, don't do as we do, because we are an agency. It's a little bit different. But your heading picture, your heading picture should be changing often. Ours was our video for a little bit. Right now, I have our ClickFunnels sales setup. That's our header right now. And again, I'm changing out the link because I forgot to do that yesterday to our ClickFunnels stuff. So, I mean, really make sure that you're changing that up often. That is your billboard. Use it. Use it to your advantage. Use that header to not just be some pretty picture to describe who you are, what you do. I mean, you've got a little bit of space there. Use it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's good, Sandra. Forget that you know that. Don't ever say from IG. Well, I mean, you could save. Just don't auto post.
Don't auto post. You can save it.
You can save. So just don't auto post.
Please save it so that you don't lose it and you can use that content elsewhere, but don't auto pass through.
Yes. Never. Okay, sorry. That's one of my, drives me nuts.
I'm going to make up a song for you.
You should, because I repeat myself so often on that stupid, don't do pass through from IG to Facebook. Okay. Or Twitter. Don't do it.
Stop it.
Yeah, you can post it. You can absolutely post the same thing, same day. As you grow, you will find you don't want to do that quite as much. But honestly, it depends on where your ideal customers are. If your core customers are hanging out on both platforms, you might want to jumble it up. And how I jumble it up is whatever posts on IG today will post 2 days from now on my Facebook, and just swap them around a little bit. Like scramble them a little bit from one to the other so that they're not on the same exact day. But that also means that you're hitting that brand recognition type thing a little more by having the same type of post or the same exact post showing up at a different time, because people will be like, I saw that somewhere else. That's a really good idea, or whatever. So that's actually a really, really good strategy to use as you grow. Right now, posting the same thing on both sides is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And we have large clients that do that. I mean, like, I had a client that was a multi-million-dollar a year client that did that. So it's not a big deal if you do. Not at all. Okay, we are going to wrap up today. It is Wednesday. Gina and I have some exciting things to do to add to our own sales funnel today. So finishing some pieces up, and I've got some more script writing to do for it. I can't wait to get that fully done. And next week we launch our webinar next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I can't wait to do it. I love to talk. So
yeah, and today I will not want to flip my desk.
Yes, Gina had technical issues with everything yesterday, so she was very frustrated. But thank God for Gina dealing with it all, so I didn't have to. You all have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Remember to rise, become, and be. Drop by the group, say hi, and we will talk to you all later. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, you guys.
RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning.